Hello everybody, my name is Drew, and today I'm going to talk about a couple problems relating to mental illness. Thinking about how many people are directly affected by mental illness may seem underwhelming, but if you consider the family and friends of those individuals that it indirectly affects, the numbers quickly grow in the other direction. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, about 1 in every 5 teenagers from the US from ages 13 to 18 will have a significant mental illness during that time span. 11% will have a mood disorder, 10% will have a behavior or conduct disorder, and 8% will have an anxiety disorder. In adults, the numbers are somewhat similar, with about 18.5% of them experiencing mental illness any given year. Although mental illness as a whole is a very daunting issue, one closer to heart for me is specifically Costello Syndrome because my little brother was born with it. Odds are you haven't heard of Costello Syndrome because it is extremely rare. Only about 200 or 300 people in the world are affected directly by Costello Syndrome, which equates to numbers as small as 1 in every 1.25 million people. Costello Syndrome is a genetic disorder which not only affects those who have it mentally, but also physically. Generally, they have big heads, heart conditions, foot problems, are at a higher risk of cancerous and non-cancerous tumors, and only grow to be about 4.5 feet or 1.5 meters tall, along with other common physical features and mental retardation. The syndrome is caused by a mutation in the HRAS gene, which is responsible for causing the production of a protein, HRAS. A substantial amount of HRAS is created over a short period of time due to this mutation, and causes what the Costello Syndrome family network called a traffic jam in the cells, with information due to traffic lights being green for too long on the way to the nucleus, described in their 2008 April newsletter. There are, however, complications not only in diagnosing the correct syndrome when symptoms are shown, but also in a potential cure, and this is because there are many syndromes that are all caused by a mutation in the same HRAS gene, and those are called RASopathies. For example, Noonan syndrome or cardiofasciocutaneous syndrome, otherwise known as CFC. I personally know of 2 cases of Costello Syndrome in the Pittsburgh region, one being my little brother and the other being a student at my school. Although my family and other students' family are affected most by the syndrome in the area, it also affects everyone at our school, along with my little brother's school and his teachers, etc., etc. The Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh has also contributed to some research done on the topic in 2013, which helped determine some more specific information on the syndrome. Speaking with my mother, it was indicated that the most difficult challenges of handling a child with Costello Syndrome have changed over time for her. When he was younger, she said, the most difficult things were his problems eating and sleeping. She also said that as he's gotten older, the most difficult problems changed to communication and behavioral issues. However, it was also mentioned that the episodic memory of those individuals with Costello Syndrome is extremely good, and that my brother remembers many almost pointless events that happened many years ago and helps her remember things on a daily basis. At least some research is being done to determine potential cures for Costello Syndrome and other RASopathies, although there is no ready solution as of now. Some ideas of professionals working towards the cure are chemotherapy and a drug called lovastatin, which in the context of the traffic jam simply makes the lights turn red instead of green for a time. Overall, Costello Syndrome is an interesting problem. While it's very rare, it is related very closely to other syndromes as well, and although it is a difficult challenge for my little brother to overcome, it has truly been an interesting time and an inspiration to see him develop and grow despite having the syndrome. While there is no cure yet, there are interesting ideas being investigated to give those affected by RASopathies the hope of an eventual cure.